Hi, Henry. As we discussed earlier, we narrowed it down to doing vitamin C as our concept, and we started drawing different sketches and different ideas with the same vitamin C in mind. So, the first idea was we had this structure that when she opens her hands up, this circular dynamic structure would unfold as she raises her hands. So if she kept it in like a half circle point of view and her hands were here, it would come down to just like one of the half circles over here. Um, there was also the boot that we considered in it, having like a high knee boot and having the circular structure at the knee joint to depict one of the circular motions in the photograph. The other idea we decided to go ahead with was incorporating a fashion statement of like the Renaissance period, of having like this hat that had like these drapes downwards to be like a sunshade almost, and having this gigantic skirt structure that had like a wireframe on it to give it that volume and give it that circularity. So that was incorporating like a fashion statement into using vitamin C in the garment. The next idea that we went ahead with was having like this corset garment, which would make it more like vitamin C and like getting it to be more feminine and take the shape of the female body, which is very curvy and circular, and having like these laced things around it as shown in vitamin C. Then we went ahead to incorporating the corset but having like a wider structure, because we felt that this would be more linear compared to the look that vitamin C has. So we decided to go with like a larger skirt area, which would have like the wireframe inside it, and maybe incorporating like an accessory to have like the circularity by making the ring also part of the garment to show the volume. Then after that we decided to move on to maybe adding other different accessories to it, by maybe these glasses and having using the pattern of vitamin C in the garment and making it feel very delicate, but at the same time have this quirkiness to it. And then we drew a couple more sketches which having like boots to finish the garment, and then we went to having like this symmetrical look to the garment, where we took a symmetrical approach to vitamin C, and we used this and mirrored it on different sides, and used that in the garment with the lace. Then we decided to go and look for materials that would match the color choices of vitamin C. So we picked all the colors and we simplified the palette to the colors that we thought would be vital to depicting vitamin C, and we went to Fulton Fabrics and we picked organza. I think it was organza, and this was satin, and this we still don't know, but we will let you know. And we made these glasses to kind of depict what we wanted to do with vitamin C, of having these quirky glasses. This would be more of like a glass material that we would paint to have that shiny effect, and maybe use copper as a material, because we felt that this had like a very metallic feel to it. So we wanted to have like this copperish effect with a shiny tone, and then maybe have like a lace outline to it, because it has like this very lacy effect to it, and then maybe use some fabric on certain points to have this the glasses look like this vitamin C approach. And maybe this would be in that copper or brass coloring for the stick, like these linear lines. Yeah, but
Hi, Henry. So we were exploring more ways that we could have movement with our garment. So we showed you the eyeglasses earlier, but we also had an idea of having the arms be the main activator for movement with our piece of clothing. So we made it so that it could fold down and then open up as the model would move. And there could also be a boot that would have a smaller little circular formation to help look a little bit closer to what vitamin C actually looks like. So then we went to more of a full-scale prototype so we could see how it would function on the human body. So we tested on our mannequin, and we tried a couple different ways. We ended up settling on this idea where it would be more of like a kimono band in the back that would be attached to the arms and could come up and connect to help create a full circular motion with it. We also had it on the front of the mannequin, or actually on the side, where it would come off of the arms, and you'll see it in a photo later, and it would open up through here, just like on this smaller model. And then we were thinking, ultimately, trying to find those different ways of movement. We really liked the idea of having accessories like glasses be a main focal point that the model could move with relatively easily. So then from there, we'd have the glasses, and then through the bodice, we would end up creating more of a corset-like form with a very wide circular wire frame. So then we can still mimic that circularity that you see in vitamin C, but then also be able to have a bit of the mirror symmetry going down through the main body of the item, so it would look similar to this poster. That's good. So we've decided with our direction that we are going to use mirror symmetry in our garment as per your suggestion. But now we're trying to think about what materials we should use and how we should pattern this mirror symmetry. So we wondered if you had any suggestions on other materials we could use. Right now, we've explored mostly just fabrics in organza and satin, and then also even a little bit of copper wire to achieve that metallic feel. So if you had any suggestions on other materials we could use. And then
because like the creasing that we tried to do it on a larger scale.
So then on our other model, when we were trying to do this larger kind of movement and gesture with the garment, we found that it was very hard to keep this creasing when we weren't using paper. So when we tried with these fabrics, we had trouble keeping the crease to then keep the form. So we were wondering if you had any advice on that of what we could do. And also if you just had any other ideas in general on ways we could create movement with this garment.
Yeah, using the body to be able to create different movements, because right now we're using the arms as our way of getting the circular motion, but maybe some other method of doing that, because in the picture at the moment there is some kind of creasing that you can see over here, but we weren't sure how to get that. And this did have like a metallic feel but also like a softer feel, so maybe some way of achieving that.